Hi, I'm Britt. Oh, wait, no.
No, you're not Britt.
No, it's not that. It's hello, this is The Whispers.
My name is Gloria.
And I'm Britt.
Welcome to season 2.
Welcome to season 2 of The Whispers. We're here, yay.
Yes.
And
Dun dun dun.
we got visuals.
Hello.
Hello.
You can see what we look like.
I know. Now you're not just hearing our voices.
I know.
So now it's like we're a podcast now. We're really here.
Leveling up.
Yes.
Solo leveling.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Yes, we're still learning about everything, so be kind.
Yeah. And if you're not, you'll be deleted.
Oh, okay. So today's topic is listen to the universe when it comes to your job.
Yeah.
So
the work-life balance, man.
Yes. So Gloria and I did not do rock, paper, scissors this time, but it's okay. She said I could take the lead. She actually forced it on me.
Just saying. I was forced last time, so you know. So and
that is okay. Fair. Yeah, that's fine. I will take the lead. I have no problem doing that. But oh wait, my eyes. I'm sorry. Listen, guys, I'm special.
Unless you got your eyebrows done.
I did. I got everything done before Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is coming up. Whatever y'all listening. Okay. What do you have to get done?
Get my legs waxed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just slept on some Nair. Let the shower do work.
No, they broke me out a long time ago when I was a kid, and I had like spots on my legs.
Did you see they got the skin intrusive?
Yeah, I was just off of it.
Okay.
I was like, no, I'm good.
Okay, that's fair.
I have tried like the wax strips though. Those are okay. But I prefer someone else to do it. Brittany, just do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into waxing just for myself, but I'm scared to. So we'll see. But today we are talking about knowing and listening to the universe when it comes to your job. And I have something to say because last time we spoke when it came to work, again, I'm a truck driver and I moved and everything and I manifested to have this job where I would be home at least one day out the weekend, be able to like spend time with my fiance more, spend time with his daughter because I'm going to be a part of that family soon. Right. So, closer to home, 20 minutes away, everything. But unfortunately, that did not work out. It does not mean that I manifested it wrong. It just means that wasn't for me.
I'm happy you pointed that part out too.
Yeah, because I know that sounds delusional, y'all. But remember what we said in the first season. Be delusional a little bit. And I only say that because I remember during the time when I was about to start this new job, I got very lucky. This company is owned by my company, so technically it's like a sibling or a child company.
Under the umbrella company.
Right, it's under the umbrella of another company, and I was just going to transfer over, everything was going to roll over. So what happened is during the time of me moving, I remember sitting in my truck, and it was the day before we were going to move. No. Was it the day? No, yeah, it was the day before we were going to move, and I was like, I need a break. I was like, I need to rest. I'm so tired. And so I told the universe, or like I just said out loud, I need to rest. I need a break. And that was the day before we were moving. I didn't know that moving was going to take so much out of me.
No one ever realizes how hard fucking moving is.
Yes. So, and I was shocked. I was like, oh, I'm exhausted. I was like, I'm about to pass out. And that was like day 2 after moving. I was like, I'm going to pass out. Mm-hmm. So I relaxed and everything. And my job called me and was like, hey, can you...
The potential one?
The potential one. Okay. The potential one was like, hey, because I already was... I was technically on leave from my job I already had because they're all owned by the same person. So technically I was on leave. And then they were just going to transfer over all my stuff. So they called me that Tuesday and was like, hey, the day before I moved was like, can we move your orientation to next Tuesday? I was like, yeah, that sounds great. That'll work. I mean, I can get some time off. I can move. I can put some stuff together. Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool, great. Tuesday comes. No, actually not even Tuesday, Monday come. And they call me at 8 a.m. and I'm expecting this call anyway so they can give me the rundown about how orientation is going to go, where I'm going to be sleeping, because orientation is 2 days. It's away from my house. Even though the job is 20 minutes away, it's still orientation is just farther away right now. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. They call me and they're like, hey, we are losing the yard in New Jersey, and we won't be transferring you. And I was like, okay. And they were like, call the job that you are at. Basically, just call the company you're at, where you're at, and tell them to get you running again. And I was like, okay.
Right, like the disappointment.
Yeah, the disappointment.
You told me it didn't go through, but I didn't get all the details.
Yeah, so it didn't go through, and I was just like, oh, okay. And I was just like very, very bummed out because I was like, I felt like I worked really hard for that. But I had to think to myself, when all this was going on, what did I ask for? And I realized the day before I moved, I feel like, I will say personally to me, with the universe, I feel like it works faster on things you need right now. I know that sounds kind of funny, but I feel like it does stuff when we need it down. And I realized that I asked for rest. And it gave me like 10 days off. And I was like, oh. I was like, so you probably like, I know this sounds
like, you thought I canceled that shit out.
Yeah, like, so I know that sounds so funny and like a little delusional. It's just that like, what if, just run with me, what if the universe showed me this job, knowing that I was going to move, and was like, yeah, she needs kind of a break. So we're going to put this job out, let her apply, she takes the time out, she moves, and then right now, we still need her to be at her current job. And then we're just going to swipe it away. And I was like,
that's very deceiving.
I was like, that's a lot of flipping there. But
intricacies,
as I thought about it, yeah, right, to get me right back on the right path. As I thought about it, I was like, that kind of sounds a little bit right. I know it sounds delusional, but
wait, she's getting there.
I know. I was like, but I realized that like I needed to listen, and and it's so crazy because when I applied to this job, I had a huge fight with my fiance because I was like, this is taking us off of different days off. And I was like, what is the plan for us to see each other and everything? And he actually is not 100% right now either. So it was like, I feel like in that moment I was asking him to do something that I knew he couldn't do. And I had to be mindful. But at the same time, I just needed him to say like, we'll make it happen, and he couldn't do that. Right, he couldn't do that, and it's okay.
Things were up in the air for both of y'all, and it was like the puzzles seemed to have kept shifting for both of y'all.
Right, so like he couldn't do it, and it was okay that he couldn't do it because I already knew before even applying to that job that he wasn't okay. So like that was a big fight, and then I realized like that fight kind of happened for nothing. So I was mad.
Nothing that showed you, showed you where you were, like your mindset at that time, and actually that you were putting on false expectations for him.
Yeah, and on top of that, the job I wanted, I was going to make more money. It was going to be 20 minutes away from home. I was like, I'm going to be home all the time.
Right. But then got exactly what you asked for, but then it's like, hold up.
Right.
Exhausted.
Yeah, I was like, but I'm like pretty goddamn tired. Mm-hmm. So that all happened, and then I realized as time went on, I was very upset. That was when we took our random hiatus. I was very upset. I was like, yeah, I'm not really with it right now. So I took time out to take in those emotions, calm down, and then was like, this is most likely just part of the plan. And it has been, because then after that, I found out that another driver at my job was making more than me. And I was like, how are you making more than me and I do more miles than you? He does like 230 miles or 300 miles.
And he was working there just as long as you?
I was longer. I was working there longer than him. Mm-hmm. I was going on like my second year. First of all, there's an ambulance in the background. I think they're going on. Hopefully that person is fine. Peace and love. But I found out he was making more than me, doing less miles. So I called the operations manager and was like, hey, I am doing 460 miles a day.
Double what the fuck he's
doing.
doing.
I was like, why am I not making more than him or equal? Mm-hmm. And she was like, yeah, let's look into that. And it was so funny because she even was like, that is kind of weird.
You probably were just keeping it under the rug until you said something.
Of course they were. Of course they were. Companies going to do that. Of course they were. So then she came back to me and was like, okay, so this is the reason, but we can change you to hourly. I was like, let's do it. Let's sign some paperwork. Let's do what we gotta do. So we did it, and now I make $28, which is $2 less than the previous job that I was going to take, but it's still like more money is still going. And my plan is to go job hunting once February, March hits, because right now everything's seasonal, and once the winter is over, everybody's like, well, all right, I'm gonna leave where I need a job.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I don't know how it is in the trucking world, so I don't know what the seasons are that people are like.
When it comes to daily, that's how it is, because like everybody is seasonal right now because of the holidays, so they're just trying to get people's stuff shipped and at the door, right? Excuse me. And once March comes, they usually start to lay people off, or people get fired, or unfortunately, I hate to say, accidents happen, and then people aren't able to work those routes anymore because of bad weather, snow, and everything. So I'm just hoping that something opens up around March, and hopefully things get going, so then I can be home every day.
Yeah. So the universe really still end up giving you what you were asking for,
but in a different,
so you can rest at the same time.
But in a different.
And then you got the PTO,
right? Oh yeah, and then I got. First of all, come to find out, after advocating for myself, because that's what I was doing. After calling the operations manager, not my regular manager, the operations manager. I was like, hey, listen. Come to find out, I had 2 weeks of PTO and didn't even know it. And I was like, wow, I'm going to use that, ma'am. So she was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, she was like, you've been here already at our company for like a year. But also, the company you were at before, you were at a year, and your seniority transfers over. Oh. You should have 2 weeks of PTO. Nice. She checked, I did, and here we are.
Hey.
So now here we are, home. I'm still working the same schedule. I'm still home during the week, but also, everything's just working out in a weird way. Right. And I have this crazy feeling that 2026 is going to be a big year for me, career-wise, and then just life-wise. That's it.
And then bring it all together. Like, how do you feel as though trusting in the universe helped you career-wise?
So when you trust,
guided you,
when you trust in the universe, because a lot of people be like, yeah, when you trust in the universe, and when I say the universe, I mean God, my ancestors, I mean all of them in one combined.
Yes, for those of you who are new, we do say universe and we say it differently, but we still mean God.
We still mean God. So I'll say all three for you. Universe, God, my ancestors, all of them working together.
All of them.
Touching it. I know that they're going to have me right next year. And
they got you right now.
Well, they got me right now.
Yes.
They got me right now. I think they're going to have me on another level of right.
Yes.
Going forward. But listening to the universe, I was, I felt like in that moment I was a child not listening to a parent. And I just was like, well, this just isn't fair. Like, I was just more like, this isn't fair. I feel like I've been doing what I need to do. And then it was like, I got you. You just gotta ride it out right now. I got you. I know you're upset, but I got you. And it had me. It's not exactly what I want, but it probably has to be this way for things that I want to happen a little bit more. So I'm going through it. Not really.
In a better place right now.
Yeah, in a better place, because during that whole time I said my affirmation, everything works out for me. It doesn't matter, everything works out for me. And then when it comes to a job, I would say, not a job, anything, man, anything, YouTube, anything. I would say everything works out for me, and I don't chase, I attract. What's for me will come to me because everything works out for me. So that was my whole thing of what I did, how it went down, and how I had to really trust the universe. Because, like, it's hard to trust it when you're in the shits.
Yo, and you just see the waves coming at you.
Yeah,
you're like, how am I going to fucking juggle this?
Right, and you be like, hold on, I don't really think this is for me right now. But then, once you get through, like, a wave of what's going on, certain events happen for certain other things to happen. And here we are.
And did this happen to you, like, when you're going through, like, different situations and you realize, like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have asked for that? Like, do you ever feel bad for what you asked for? Or be like, yeah, I set myself up for failure by asking for that? Or do you just, like, not?
I don't feel bad because I'm delusional, so I embrace it. I'll morph it into...
No, I meant to do that.
Yeah.
Yo.
I won't even say I meant to do it. It's more like... that happened for a reason.
Okay, got you.
For things to come in a different way. Okay. But there are moments in my life where I feel like, yeah, that ain't really have to happen. And then I didn't really see a good outcome from it. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's pretty much it. Gotcha. So I was like, yeah, I don't know why that happened. I don't know why y'all did that. I don't know what's the reason for it. Mm-hmm. In the future, y'all didn't have to let that rock off, but y'all did. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I am very happy right now. I'm in a good space, good headspace. And here we are.
Cool.
Recording.
Cool. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening. I am here. Okay, I'm present.
Okay, I guess it's my turn.
It's Gloria's turn.
So for me, in regards to trusting the universe when it comes to my job, I really have to say it takes me all the way back to college. Ever since college to now, I've really been putting emphasis on manifesting where I want to go as far as career-wise and how much I want to make, right? I feel as though the universe was teaching me after all of this time. Mind you, I graduated back in 2020. So that's specifically because I had to repeat a year because college had dropped my major, so I had to like start over.
Isn't that so weird when that happened?
Man.
Like, I went to my counselor and she was like, yeah, you've been taking all these random classes. She was like,
The audacity. And I felt like the worst advice that they could have gave us was go in undecided. No, don't. Choose a major. Choose something because it will go towards something in the future.
I know that's so funny, but like at CCP, oh no, I completely messed up when I went to like CCP. So yeah, I just went in and just started taking classes, and they were like, you ain't got no major.
Well, I mean, but if you don't know, yeah, just go in and take classes.
No, I knew.
As far as you knew.
I knew.
What you wanted to do?
Yeah.
So why'd you just not take specific
classes? I just started taking classes. I don't know.
Just to get started? And
I just was
really
of it? Yeah, I think in the beginning I was just really lost. I didn't know
I
had to pick a major. Yeah, I didn't know I had to pick a major until I was sitting there like, so what are you doing?
Guide you, right?
Yeah, and the counselor was like, you want to take billing
they should have taught you that about like orientation and everything.
Oh, CCP doesn't have that. Well,
okay. Well, I don't
know. They probably do have that, but it was different for me at CCP because my grandmother used to work there, and she just told me I took a different route than everybody else, so that was probably an issue.
Understood.
That's probably it.
Well, got a little sidetracked there. My fault. No, you're
my bad.
So long story short, since I graduated, I feel as though the universe has been teaching me career-wise to really be specific about what I want. And I've learned so many fucking times how to be specific. So starting from the freaking beginning, I would just really ask for like basic stuff. Like as I've gotten older, I've matured and realized what I actually need and what I'm looking for in a job. Like as you get older, you see work toxicity. You see the environment that you work in. You see how much it costs for parking. You see the type of boss that you're going to work with. You see the type of people that you not help or are around. And those boundaries and expectations that I had for a job didn't come until later on down the line. So it's kind of like, all right, okay, I just want to make a whole bunch. I just want to make as much money as I can. I want to manifest, this amount of money, make this amount of week, blah, 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 blah. And it took me to jobs where, the money was, I'm not going to say the money was great because I was still living paycheck to paycheck and had shit that I couldn't afford. But every time I manifested a new job, I was able to make more money and I made the money that I wanted to make. However, it kept putting me in more toxic work environments, and it was different type of toxicity. So one work environment. I used to work at a dementia facility.
Okay.
It did start as a internship, and then they ended up hiring me, and it was great, but it was emotionally draining because it's very for me, it was very hard working with people with dementia. Love them to death. They are so sweet, so kind, and fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
They're hilarious. But it's just like, it's sad. And then I was there at like the height, really the beginning to where it started increasing for COVID. So a lot of them were dying. So it was just like very sad. And it taught me, one, the type of work environment I can be around, because I was depressed going to work. I was depressed coming home, and it wasn't good for my mental. And then also it taught me about what boundaries to have with coworkers, because I had this really great manager at the time, and she supported me so much through like my high school, not through my high school, through my college, because they knew like, hey, all right, this is an internship. They hired me after a little while, after my internship was over, and they knew once I graduated, I was going to be looking for another position. So they knew, they fucking had the information. Right. They were in agreement with me. But at the end of the day, as soon as I was like, oh, okay, well, I found something, I'm going to go. I can't stay normally when you leave a job, you have to give like 2 weeks notice. I only was able to give them a week's notice for a full week, but I told them, I said, hey, I still want to work certain weekends so I can still cover until you guys find somebody. So I wanted to work with them. Okay. And they were just like, yeah, no. They were just like, yeah, no, if you leave, we're going to say that you can't use any of the credentials that you've used since you've been here this entire time. What do you mean? Like, they basically were just like, all of the experience that you got here, like, you can't use our name. Like, you can't use our name on a resume. We're not going to use you as a reference. Because I couldn't give them the full 2 weeks notice how they wanted. They wanted me to be able to work full 2 week shift. Mind you, I wasn't even full time. That's number one. And two, the shifts were changing. So I was just like, okay, I know my boss. I know what she wants to do for her plans. I'm trying to stay so she can still get her break. And I'm trying to work with y'all and still keep ahead, going the career path that I wanted to, that I agreed upon. But then now they're just like, well, they kind of just flipped on me, long story short. They showed a different side of me. This is starting to sound illegal. A little bit. Well, long story short, I was kind of just like, well, fuck y'all. Since y'all want to be assholes and not agree to what we talked about before and act like I'm a different person just trying to screw you over, I left. I mean, technically, you can still put them down. You can just. I did. I didn't need to. Because the career path that I went into didn't deal with it. It was still healthcare, but I didn't need to do that. Okay. So the next career took me to, where was I working at? I was working at Penn. Penn was great, except I was working downtown. For those of you who don't know, being in Philly downtown, number fucking one, parking. We had to pay for our own parking. They did give us some reimbursement, which was nice, a little voucher, but it wasn't enough. Had to pay for parking. I'm in an office building. I'm all the way up on like the 20th floor. My lunch break is only 15 minutes. No, I had a 15-minute break, then like a 30-minute lunch break. Mind you, it takes like 10 minutes to get downstairs. So to go and get my food, I'm rushing the entire time. I'm leaving and it's nighttime. I can't go for a walk without being surrounded by pollution. It wasn't worth it. But I'm asking the universe, hey, I want to make more money. Hey, I want to work in the healthcare field. I want to do this and be more integrated. Right. I need to be more specific. I said, okay. I want to make this amount of money, but I want to be in this type of environment. I transferred to another location. I worked at Salus University for ophthalmology. Okay. And that was great. Like, the environment was nice. Like, when you walk outside, it wasn't like, freaking a park or anything. It wasn't gloomy or park or anything, but I'm not surrounded by a bunch of office buildings. Like, I can see people. I can go to the gas station or something. Go to the store quick, get me something to eat. But the work environment was still kind of toxic. Coworkers were great. But it was the professional work environment. So I was like, all right, okay. Let's switch things up a little bit. So from that point on, it was just a repetitive cycle, going to the next job, seeing what I liked, seeing what I didn't like. And then I finally manifested this one job. I was a receptionist for a dental office practice. I remember that one. Yeah. Okay. Because okay. No, I'm not going to name the place, but there was a really great dental practice in regards to the experience that the workers had, my coworkers, and the boss was concerned. He had some very, very toxic and masculine, degrading ways. I'll say it like that. So he was misogynistic? A little bit misogynistic. He was very micromanaging, and he wasn't organized. And I'm an organized person. So for me, one, being a receptionist, and I see that my job is 10 times harder than it needs to be, I can't do that. So I kind of took it upon myself to like I had said, I asked the universe to give me this job, and it came perfectly. Like the woman freaking called me literally while I was manifesting and listening to like a podcast, which was really bizarre. And I was just like,
you're on the podcast.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast. I was manifesting, writing down exactly what I want. And then this person called. She's like, hey, I saw your resume, blah, 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 blah. And she was great. And I got hired really immediately. And I was able to leave my other job.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, that job let me go. Because of the not the masculinity, because of the toxicity.
They let you go? I thought you left.
No.
He let you go?
No, I'm not talking about the dental practice.
Okay.
Right before the dental practice.
Oh,
I got
okay.
to the new location, and it was like a nicer environment.
Okay.
And park that was nicer environment.
Yes,
Parking was free.
yes.
I could go get food where I wanted to.
You go?
They had let me go.
Why?
They let me go because one, my grandfather was very sick at the time, so I had to constantly keep taking him to his doctor's appointments. Mm-hmm. But they understood. But at that time, they were requiring us to get either the COVID shot, or they said, "Oh, you got to get the 2 weeks of testing." You have to get testing done every 2 weeks.
Okay.
I told them, I said, hey, I can get testing done, but I need to wait until I get paid. I have to pay for this out of pocket. And they were like, oh, okay. They said
they weren't even going to pay for it. Were they going to pay for the shot? So
I didn't want the shot.
No, but I'm saying, how can they say they want you to get something if they're not going to pay for it?
Because at this time, it was required. It was just required.
I know, but
and I
they
didn't even know,
be fitting the bill.
And I didn't even know all the inner aspects. Like, I was even allowed to ask for that.
Yeah,
I'm still young. This is like within the second year of graduating out of college.
During COVID, I worked in mental health, as you know, in the field of mental health. And they asked us if we wanted the shot or you had to come to the office and get tested. Because we had a nurse on site that would test, or we had an outside people.
No, I had to go to CVS and then send them test results.
They were supposed to pay for that.
No, they ain't paid for it. Yeah. But long story short, I didn't have the money to get it done. So I said, hey, I'll take an at-home COVID test, still come into work, but like I have to wait until I get paid. Mm-hmm. And long story short, because of how strict they were with the COVID regulations, they let me go because I didn't have my COVID test.
I feel like if that was the case, they should have paid for it.
Well, listen, at the end of the day.
And that was around the time the government was giving out money for that.
No, I don't think they were. They? If they did,
I
didn't know.
I only say that because during COVID, we would get random bonuses because they had to get rid of the money from the money that we get from the government to make sure that people were taking COVID tests and 95 masks, everything.
If money that I got from the government was not for COVID.
No, it wasn't specifically from the government. It would come from the company, but it was because the government was giving out, like allocating money to services.
I don't think that job was a part of that. Anyway.
Wait, this was the dementia place though, right?
No.
Oh.
We on two jobs.
Okay, sorry. But this was a medical practice though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they were getting money from the government to do that. They were supposed to do that. Sounded like some illegal workings was going on.
Well, they didn't allocate it to me. But long story short, that wasn't my main focus. Mm-hmm. So I was pissed off. Yes, of course I was fucking pissed. Because it's just like, I see people every day that's not even doing their job, that don't care about the people that they're working with, and I'm doing everything that I need to do and more. Plus, I care about my job, and I'm communicating. I'm over communicating, as I fucking should, because this is just how I was raised to do in the working world, which other people don't even fucking do anymore. And I'm just like, y'all still got a job,
man.
Like so,
man.
So it got me to the point where I manifested this job, and I was making great money, but. I was making great money. The environment wasn't toxic. It wasn't as sad as it was before. Parking was good. The location that it was in was great. It was literally over by Fairmount, by the art museum. Okay. And the hours were good. And it wasn't that far from my job. Mm-hmm. The main issue was the organization. And that's not a problem for me because I'm an organization freak, I will say. Like, I love to organize. Like, if you show me a house that needs to be remodeled, I'll be here to remodel your house if I listen to music and having fun. Like, that's the type of person I am. So I literally went in and delved deep and organized the whole place because they were in like the old era of organization, files and everything. Oh. But their files weren't all, long story short, they weren't all organized. Okay. So I took it upon myself to do that. Long story short, worked my way up to management. Okay. And I became the manager of the practice. And it was really just me constantly butting heads with the owner to get regular shit done. Like, there was mold in the basement, black mold in the basement on the wall. And he was like giving us shit about paying somebody to fix it. There were files of member documents that we had. And it's just like, okay, let's pay for a shredding company to come and pick this up either weekly or monthly. And he's like, well, how much does that cost? Like, and I'm just like, so you just want to keep piling up shit in this small ass office.
Trying to be cheap.
He was
Okay.
very, so yeah, but over time he really learned and he opened up. Like he was an older man, so he had the older mindset. He liked things the way it was, and it was kind of like me trying to integrate him into the age of technology and simplicity.
Okay.
You know, so with all that being said, that helped me realize, like, yeah, I need a job. I need to manifest a job that's paying me well, or at least will allow me to work up my income. That has a good work environment, a good walking environment around, that gives me the flexibility to help my grandfather if he needs it, to take care of my pets if they need it, and to really just be mentally positive. And I'm actually helping people who are grateful to be helped, not helping people who are fucking assholes and disrespectful and being ratchet. I don't want to have to do it.
You know what this sounds like? What? A work at home job.
That's where I'm at now. Let's just
Look
look at that. So at the job that I'm at now, I've been here for 2 years, and it literally gave me everything I've asked for. I'm working in healthcare. I'm making great money. I have a really great and supportive team. It's very flexible. I can literally live where I want and go where I want, as long as I'm telling them, like, hey, this is like my home base right now. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So it gives me so much freedom, and I'm so grateful for them. The participants are sweet. I get to choose who I work with.
Okay.
And I would not have been able to get this far if I didn't pay attention to what I was manifesting and what I learned from the environments that I was in.
Yeah.
Like you really gotta, I feel like you really need to pay attention to, when you do manifest, what situation did you manifest yourself into? What did you get? What didn't you get? What were you specific on? What weren't you specific on? Like what areas? And I really feel like that is crucial to not even just your work environment, your personal environment, the type of person that you're manifesting to be with, the type of home that you want to live in, the type of place that you want to live in. So yeah, that's what I learned. I learned how to be very, very specific. And I have it's not a horror story, but I have a really scary situation that I had almost put myself in when I just first learned to manifest. And I'm gonna keep it vague and brief.
Well, I mean, we got time. We got time. So.
Thank you. So long story short, this is when I first came across the book, The Secret.
What is that?
Oh, you never heard of The Secret?
No.
Okay. So The Secret basically is, multiple people have written books about it.
Okay.
The Secret is basically talking about the secret way that you're supposed to speak to manifest things.
Oh.
The different areas of your life that you should be focusing on, the different ways you can break up your life, career, family, relationship, spirituality, fun, recreational, like that, and to choose to figure out what you want to manifest in each of those areas. Like evaluate where you are from 1 to 10, what level you want to be in, what level you want it to go to, what do you need to do in each of those areas to get to that, and then it teaches you how to manifest each of those things. So it's called, the book is called The Secret. I do recommend that you guys check it out. Like I said, multiple people have made different variations of it. Choose the one that's close to you.
Yeah, we'll put the one that Gloria has in the description. So cool. If it worked for you, it probably worked for others.
Gotcha. This is not promotional, it's not sponsored. But I mean, if you guys want to reach out,
I know.
I'm here for it. And it really jump started my manifestation, because I was already manifesting in my own, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was just writing shit. So it really gave me a guideline. And what I did was I tried to manifest. I laugh about it now, but when the situation happened, I was fucking scared. It was 2 situations. I wanted to manifest 500. I wanted to manifest some type of money. I said I just want a check. I want a check from anybody, from anything, for any amount of money. I just want to manifest a check. I don't remember the time frame, but I think it was probably like within a month or 2 months, I got a fucking random ass check in the mail. It had my name on it, it had an amount on it, and it didn't say who it was from. It had no paperwork with it of where it came from. The return address, I couldn't fucking trace it to anywhere. And I set that bitch on my dresser for like a good 2 weeks. I was like, so we're just gonna place you right there, and we're gonna save. And then in 2 weeks, I kind of just got up the gumption, and I went to the bank and was like, hey, you just want to cash this check? And they cashed it, and I got $500 from I don't fucking know where. So that was my first positive experience. When I tell you my mind was blown, like I sat in the car and looked at the money and looked at the receipt. I was just like, I literally just got money from nowhere, from doing nothing, from I don't know where, and my bank just approved it. I was like, is this fraud? I was like, but it had my name. It had my name on it, had my address and everything. So the check was for me. But that was after I found the book, The Secret. And I was like, young me, I was like, I'm like, fucking manifest some more money. If it's this fucking easy. So, sorry, I'm loud. I know the echo. Sorry, got excited.
No, it's okay.
So the next thing I did was I was just like, I want $1 million. I wasn't playing.
Okay.
I said, I want to be out of debt. I want my family to be out of debt. I want my friends to be out of debt. I want $1 million.
You think $1 million?
First of all, don't do that.
Let
me be great. Okay. Let me be great. Okay. All right. $1 million is a good start.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right.
Great
It is.
start.
No, I get it.
So that's why I asked for it, and time went by, and my grandfather was like, "Hey, I got a life insurance policy, and the life insurance policy is $1 million life insurance policy," and I was just like, mind you, random as fuck. Months later, and I'm just like, cancel. This is not how I wanted my $1 million. No. I want it at no harm to anyone. Like, you know what I mean? It really it really freaked me the fuck out. Like, for him to just randomly come to me like, oh, because I helped him with his finances, and at that point in time, I was still just helping him like a few things. So I'm not even into his finances like that. And then for him to just come and say that, and I'm thinking back 6 months, I'm like, huh. Interesting.
You know, the crazy thing is, I've never manifested money. I never thought to manifest money.
Well, I don't.
I always probably think like,
I heeded my warning after that. But no, I literally rewrote whatever I needed to do, and something along the lines happened where like his insurance policy had got canceled at that time. So I was just kind of like, okay. In my head, I was like, whoa. Okay, like, yeah, because it scared me, because it's just like, I don't want anything to happen to anybody for me to get anything. Yeah, that's not what I want. Like, I just wanted it to just literally just exactly. So it taught me there's consequences to it. You need to be specific about what you're asking for. This is not nothing to play with. It's not a game. And I didn't think it was a game either. And I didn't think it was anything to play with. But it was just like, okay, I needed to see, like, you know how a child doesn't know that a stove is hot until you fucking touch it. It's like, all right, okay, I didn't know how deep this can actually get, or how many different pathways this could have come from if I am not specific. And if I'm not specific, yes, at the end of the day, everybody gets a life insurance policy when they want to get a life insurance policy, right? So it's just like, okay, how much did I actually have contributed to that? But regardless, the fact that I asked for it, and then in some way, shape, or form it happened, I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't want any parts of that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because that would be on my conscience. So that's a little scary backstory with manifestation. And long story short, it taught me again to be very fucking specific about what I want. Where do I want it to come from?
Yes.
How do I want to attain it? And ever since then, I'm really more specific in just saying, like, yeah, like, I want it to come from me. I want it to come from like, a good source, from a living source, you know, like wherever. I don't really manifest money like that anymore anyways. I just manifest opportunities to get money. I just say, yeah, you know, my income is increasing based off of my ability, off of my efforts, things like that.
Yeah, I said to myself maybe about 2 or 5 years ago, I was like, by the age of 40, I want at least $1 million in my account. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been manifesting it constantly, and also I haven't been doing the work. No, but also I haven't been doing the work. I put it out there like a while ago, and sometimes it'll like pop up in the front of my head, like, yeah, we definitely talked about that, but like, I never said what specific way I wanted to do it. So now that I'm turning 30 this year, and I have 10 years to get
and it's doable.
Yeah, it's doable. So that's why I'm just like, all right, I have to say specifically how do I want to get it, and how I'm going to use it. I feel like I'm going to use it in a way that is positive, so then it can just flow to me.
Gotcha.
So it's not in a like a bad or evil way.
Because I feel like everything for me should be manifested in love and light, and balance. Right. Like, I've never manifested anything in hate, anger, or, you know, just fear based. Right. I know that can bring about a lot of other things, and that's not what I get into. Correct. But it's just like, I get that. Like, you know, you want to make sure that what it's going to go to is positive.
Yeah. Because
bring that back. The energy you give out is the energy you get back.
Right. So, like, for example, I'm assuming that I would probably get to $1 million by doing most likely podcasting as in true crime in this.
And how do you know you're not manifesting it right now?
I probably am manifesting it right now. So, but I want to do it probably through this hobby that can change into something to change our lives. Because like, when I think of obtaining money, I always think of
The hard route.
Not the hard route. I always think of like if I was to obtain money through the lottery or through whatever. I always think of like obviously I'm going to make sure that I'm debt free, but also I always think about like what I can do for my friends and then what I can do for my family.
No.
So that's why I always think about like stuff like that, even though it's like nothing crazy, but I want to make sure that I'm not being selfish and make sure that like what I'm asking for is going to help everybody, not just me. Even though like sometimes you do need to be selfish, but like a smidge. But this I like feel as though what we're doing right now, what we're doing right now is on the road to getting there and also giving us I don't mean to get like real black, but real freedom, like real freedom, financial freedom, and I personally believe is real freedom. I believe at the end of the day I'm still black regardless. No amount of money is gonna make me not black, but I'll have the freedom to explore things I want to do. Do things I want to do random projects, right? Yeah. So that's why I'm just like
not being restricted by any financial
thing. Not being restricted from any financial thing, because like I understand it's adulting, y'all. But again, I probably need to manifest this too. But I think it's been years since I've been on like a real vacation. Actually, I take it back. I think I went when I was like. Well, yeah, that was almost 5 years ago.
Still years.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I haven't been on a like real vacation. And technically, this year was supposed to be my travel year, and it didn't happen because I had to make certain moves.
Were you being specific? Because you've been traveling. Think about it. You've been traveling in your truck from Easter Blit to Easter Fuck.
But
sorry to say it like that, but she be everywhere.
I know that sounds like I'm everywhere, but actually I'm not. And a lot of people don't understand that I'm not. I actually just go to Pennsylvania and New Jersey. I don't go nowhere.
No, where were you when the fucking truck flipped over?
I was in Pennsylvania. Yeah, when I was in a tornado.
I was told me it was like in Tennessee.
No, I was in Pennsylvania. Wow. When I first started trucking 2 years ago, I was OTR. But now I am OTR? OTR is over the road.
Ah, right. You told me
different state to state, but I'm not that anymore. I have enough experience to be.
How many years ago were you over the road?
2 years ago. That was when I first started trucking.
Gotcha.
And now I'm at a place where I have the experience where I don't have to do that anymore. Okay. But again, where I work is an hour and 30 minutes away. I sleep in my truck for the week and then I come home for 2 days.
But technically that's still traveling, so be more specific. How do you want to
travel? That is true. Where do you want to travel? That is true. I want to fly. Damn it. I want to be, I know, Gloria's not
in the air. Go ahead. Aladdin.
I passport and all. I'm serious. Like I have places I want to go. And they need to happen, and also they can't happen unless I have the money. But also, I have also picked places that are small that can happen, such as like this year I was supposed to go to a like hot air balloon festival.
Oh, nice!
Didn't get to do that, so it was like right. I'll probably do that most likely next year. I told myself I was like I don't care what's going on next year. I'm going somewhere because this year I was supposed to go to Salem, Massachusetts. I was supposed to drive. Right? But for the
One thing I know about Salem was like the Salem witch trials.
Yeah, come to find out.
I know there's more history there.
There is a lot more history there. A lot. And
not sacred history.
It wasn't a lot of people that were burned at stake either. It was like 19 or 12. 12 to 19 people. But they make it seem like it was way more than that.
No, there definitely was. I just don't think they called it that under the massacre of the Salem witch trial.
Maybe
they called it something else. There was a historical side note. There was a historical documentary that I watched on that. I don't remember what
if you go to Salem, they tell you the real history, and I'm trying to go see the real history of whatever's up there. Okay. But I just didn't get to do that this year. But I was like, I'm doing it next year. Right. I'm going to make sure I do it next year. I'm going to make sure I have the money to do it. The hot air balloon, Salem, I'm going to make sure I do stuff. And technically, even though it's not that far, for my birthday, I want to do snow tubing.
Oh, that'll
up in the Poconos, right? So that's why I'm just like, I'm going to make it happen, even if it is something small. Yeah. That's it.
A lot of things that you're saying is kind of bringing up some other points that I've learned too, as far as like, be specific. But you don't have to know all of the details. You can literally ask the university, be like, hey, not in this word, but I need you to figure this out for me. Like, make this happen.
Yeah, that is
I need you to at least show me how to make this happen. Send me a teacher or give me a guide to go to this. Because there's been tons of shit that I haven't been able to do. And as soon as I changed my wording to be like, yeah, lead me in the right direction to go there. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, okay, well, ironically, meet somebody in the freaking library and they show me this book and blah, blah,
I think
blah,
it's
blah.
also about, like, again, trusting and listening to the universe. If you don't listen to them.
You don't listen. It's
You don't listen.
People are just like, what are you listening for? Are you listening for a voice? No, not necessarily. I mean, if you hear voices, kudos to you.
Yeah,
hopefully they're good voices. But Brittany is going on a true
because like I know people be like, oh, listening to universe, you're hearing a voice. No, it's not really a voice. It's more like a feeling of like
intuition.
This feels
right,
and if it feels wrong, then I'm not going to do it.
It's like before your ego and your mind starts divulging it and picking at it. Like, what's like? How do I say it? Like, all right, for example, this is it's not hypothetical. It's true. This is something small. Like, if somebody's asking me what's my favorite cookie, it's a snickerdoodle. When I think of snickerdoodles, I'm getting excited. Like, my son is like, yeah. So it's like that type of natural feeling. Are you about to judge me because I like snickerdoodles?
No, I have to think, do I have a favorite cookie?
Oh, it's okay if you don't. You can like them all.
I have a favorite. I was like, is this the judgment? It's M&M.
M&M cookie girl.
Gotcha. M&M, but it has to be made a certain way.
You say you don't fucking make it right, but it ain't good.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I get that.
Or I like mint chocolate chip. I'm a weirdo. I like mint chocolate. Love it.
Listen, you know what turned me off of mint? Freaking Olive Garden mints that they give.
I used to. Oh my God.
It turned me off to mint so much.
I used to be a baker. The place that makes the best. Okay. The chocolate mint is Insomnia. I might order it today.
What?
I might.
Are they open?
They were ordered from me.
When you took me to Insomnia Cookie and they had a little secret back door.
Oh yeah, when I took you to the cookie lab. Yeah, I was like, wait, go to the cookie lab? Gotta say your secret password and everything. Come to find out, you can have parties there.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Never know.
Interesting. I would have such a sugar high, and that still exists for me.
Somebody took me there, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let people know.
Ah, yes. Share the word.
So,
but
yeah. So talking about cookies, but still, you just gotta. I know people be like, oh, like, are you listening to a voice? I'm never listening to a voice. It's usually a feeling. And I will say I'm a person that suffers from ADHD and autism, so I spiral. Oh, and OCD. Gotta slip that in there. I
know that sounds like something.
I know that sounds crazy, but I like I just spiral a lot. And
what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I spiral a lot with my thoughts, and I'm learning how not to do that by saying, I see that I'm thinking about this, but I would like to move on, and then I move on. I try to move on. Or sometimes, like, I'll take it upon myself and was like, listen, if you want to think about this, spiral, but you only get, like, 2 minutes of this.
Good.
Like, I try to, like,
incorporate it more.
Yeah, like, come on, we got other stuff to do. Try to move forward. So, again, the universe is not a voice, y'all. I mean, it may be a voice to some people because, like, they say, like, the Holy Spirit is a voice, right? So it might be a voice. But if you're hearing voices, I want you to get checked. I don't mean that in no
type of disrespect. You're not crazy. You're not going to sing a song. That's just what you recommend.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Got to.
I hear it. It's more of a feeling. But like, if you hear a voice.
Yeah, what we're talking about is the feeling and intuition or like enlightenment.
Right.
Like, there's been a few times where I'm just like, I don't know. I guess I'm going to say driving. And I'll just be like, yeah, I need to take this way today.
You know what?
That just go that way.
Like, supposedly that's actually like an impulsive thing. That has to do with like ADHD or something like. I forgot what.
Listen, like I said, I probably got something.
It has to do with like just an impulsive thing to make different decisions because I do that a lot when I'm I do that a lot when I'm driving, and I'll be like, I don't want to take this exit. I'll take the next because I'm getting to the same destination, but I was like, yeah, let me just switch it up.
Gotcha.
Supposedly that's just something impulsive. Like that has to do with autism or ADHD.
So I have two different things. So one, yes, I do experience that where I'm intentionally being like, no, like I want to take this way because of this. But no, sometimes I get a feeling where I'm just like, something is just saying, don't take my normal route. for some whatever
okay.
reason, and then I'll just go and take a different route. Nothing. I don't hear about anything that happens on the route that I was about to take, but it's kind of just like when I go the route that I feel that I should take. I'm seeing, I don't know, I'm happier. I'm seeing the freaking sun shine a different way. I'm seeing a dog that I like. You know, it's a more
so
peaceful path. So
it's so funny you say that because like at work, again, truck driver, dangerous drive. But it would be times where like my trailer is delayed or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get off so late. I'm gonna be so exhausted. But then I'll be on the highway and then it'll be an accident right before I even get there. I'm just like, this is was preventing me from either being in this accident, being in the middle of this accident, as in I'm waiting for it to be cleared. So I'm able to take a different route. Now I'm stuck again, right? So then I can just take a different route. So I think about it in that way too. I'm like, oh, this delayed me, so I didn't be here.
We're all protected in some way, shape, or form.
No, seriously, I believe I'm definitely touched and
protected
by the light in the divine.
Grandmoms.
I tell people that all the time. I be like, listen, I'm not the one to mess with. I am protected by the light. You gonna think that you hurt me and really hurt yourself. And I truly do let people know that. Because anything I do, it's never malicious. For me, and it's probably a trauma thing, I'm always trying to be helpful. I never want to be in the way. I never want to be a bother. So I'm always trying to be helpful or make somebody else's load lighter.
People pleaser.
Right. I used to be that, and then I stopped. Okay. We'll touch on that. Because I'm like, oh, okay. I used to be a people pleaser. I used to just take whatever. I have now been able to put up boundaries and everything, but also I'm always trying to be nice and trying to be helpful because I believe all that will come back to me. Right?
Learning to not be nice. That's hard.
I mean, I think you can be nice, but even when you don't have to be nice, you can still be nice.
Yeah, I'm struck. No, I'm not gonna say that. I am learning. Okay. But let's say that topic for the next one.
Okay.
Because we can just keep on
going. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though, like, but when it comes down to when it really comes down to it, that is really what it is when it comes to the universe and trusting it, especially when it comes to like your workplace. If you truly feel like your workplace is not for you, it's time to head on out.
It is. Whether you want to, I always recommend having another job lined up before you leave.
Yes.
And that's what I did with all of my jobs, except for the one that I got let go of. I always have another job lined up.
Yes.
So I don't recommend you just leave and jump the gun. But if your job is that toxic and, maybe you have a little bit of savings up, do it. Leave.
Because for me, I was lucky because think if I did go to another full company, I wouldn't be able to just go back to my old job. Right. They'd be like, so I was actually very lucky that was able to happen for me. But I will say I do have some anxiety for when February and March comes.
Don't even bring it.
I'm not even going to bring up
what you want. Not
That's true. That's true. What I want will manifest right now, guys. Together. What I want is a job that pays me very well, more than what I'm getting paid, which is $28 an hour. I want to get more than that, maybe like 30, 32. But also let me have days off that will align with me being able to spend time with my fiance and my future stepdaughter. So, and then, have a good working life and environment. Like, I want it to be very nice, very chill.
Good work-life balance.
Yes, work-life balance. I want to be able to go forward with that. So that is what I am manifesting. I'm also about to put another manifestation. I'm going to put two out there. I would like $1 million. I would like $1 million before 40.
Be specific.
Doing what I love doing, which is podcasting, and talking to people that I can't even see. Helping somebody, because my one goal is always to help people. So if this is helping somebody, that would make me happy as well. With the $1 million.
Wait.
Gotta add that in with.
Make sure you take note of that.
The $1 million. Yes. No, seriously, because Gloria and I are doing this, right? Like we'll see where it goes. And hopefully one day we can do retreats right? Hopefully we can do these, retreats. We can do like Zooms. We can help somebody else. We can start interviewing people.
Like, yeah, we're not professionals, but at the end of the day, we are two grown-ass women who have survived this long, and we have a story to share. And we feel as though that, our advice can help some individual out there. So hopefully this has helped you guys.
Yeah.
Like I'm not done, but
one day, like, we can have merch. One day we can do this thing from a friend. Her name is Kate, and she press flowers, and she does jars of joy. And I have one in my car. And when you need joy, you just shake the jar.
I like that.
And I think it's so nice. So I would love to get her like on projects for us later on, where we'll be like do merch, and then we can sell like jars of joy. No, I get it. No, I'm just saying, like, because I think that even when like stuff was rough, I would take the jar and shake that jar. And like, obviously the jar can't give you joy, but it's just the thought of me wanting that. Yeah, it's me wanting that. So I'm shaking the jar to be like, listen, I need this. Right. Okay. Because it's been rough.
I get that.
So that's why I'm just like, I'm hoping that we can really go forward with what we're doing. Mm-hmm. So, we'll see.
Yes. For me, two things. I want to say my manifestation, but before I say the manifestation, I don't know, something is just saying, like, to just keep note about advice other people give you when it comes to your job as well.
Yeah.
Because for me, I did get hired at UPenn for a period of time.
Okay.
And like I said, it was downtown, office building. Really, it was a lot more negatives than positives. Like, I did pros and cons lists for every job that I was in to really like get it on paper and see what the problem was. But a lot of people were telling me, like, a lot of the older generation, no, don't leave. They have 401k. You need to stay. There's, they have so many, they can benefit you in the long run. This and this and that. And it was just like, yeah, like, I do see the benefits of all of that, especially with the old ways when they're like, stay with a job for a certain period of time.
That's strong.
But it didn't resonate. Like, it really didn't resonate with me. So I say that to say, heed other people. I've always heeded other people's warnings, but yes, you need to relate it to yourself and see if that actually aligns with where you want to go. Like, is it really worth sticking it out? And to get to where you want to go, then sure, then stay with it. If it's not, and it's really pushing you into more of a negative space, it's going to set you back, whether that's mentally, physically, emotionally, or financially, don't do it. Right. Go the route that you want to be. Go the route that you want to go. So my manifestation, I already have a job that I really like, and I'm very grateful for this job. I hope to be at this job for as long as the universe allows me to. But at the same time, I am looking to bring in more alignment with spirituality.
Okay.
With, like, sharing I want to say the spiritualism I've learned, with calling in spiritual teachers for myself that like help me kind of just bring forth more joy with the knowledge that I've learned so far, help me build on that knowledge. So that's what I'm calling it.
Okay.
So
we can do that.
Like a nice little outlet.
We can make that happen.
Hopefully.
The universe.
Yes. I'm grateful that it's happening for me. And that's how I like to end. No, I'm sorry, that's not true. I like to when I'm manifesting, I speak as if it already happened. So I'll say, like, I'm grateful that this is happening for me. I'm grateful that this is working out for me. Like you say, working out for my greatest good. I love that. So for this instance, I'm grateful that, I'm being pushed in the direction and guided gracefully, easily, and gently, and quickly in the direction that I want to go with spirituality. Like, sorry. Quickly. Add that on there, yes. But gently. Because the universe will be like, oh, you would get there? All right. We toss you down a fucking hill.
Yeah.
No. I want to take a boat.
Gentle
boat ride, with flowers and a breeze.
Right.
Like Pocahontas. What's around the river bend? Take me around the fucking smooth ride. Sorry, I will be doing Disney references. And I was like, since I'm on camera, they can see all my facial expressions and shit. I'm a little nervous.
Okay. It's okay. We're all right. We're good. We're doing great. Nothing's happening.
I'm shy.
It's okay. This was the whispers.
We wasn't whispering today.
I know. That's all I'm like.
Oh yeah, let me take note of Brittany's beautiful Lego flowers. You guys like them? I like them. I love them.
I'm a nerd.
She didn't want to put them in a jar, but it's okay.
I have a vase, It just
Get you
was
another one.
boiling.
Get you another one. Ask her about that in the comments. Why was your face boiling?
It's a reason.
Okay.
There's a reason for everything. Okay, guys.
I'm kidding, but
I don't know.
any last things you want to share about listening to the universe when it comes to the workplace?
Nah, I think I got it.
Same here.
I just think because I can't explain anymore. It is what it is. Take what you want and make it happen.
Yeah, kind of touch base to the T.
Yeah, but make sure that I guess one quick really thing is like you can manifest what you want, but if you're not working towards it, it won't happen. That's personally how I feel.
Action
So,
needs to be put towards it for it to happen.
Pray on
It's
it.
going to come to you.
Pray on it and do it. Pray on it and do it. That's all I have to say.
Even a small step, looking it up.
I'm sorry, it was a random feather.
It's
still
flying. It's
okay. It's
landing now.
But yeah, this is The Whispers.
Episode 3.
Episode 3, peace and love.
Bye, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you again later.
Yeah, leave a heart in the comments.
Bye.